In the early 90s, Sonic was able to successfully challenge Nintendo's Mario and hold his own. People really loved how much faster he was compared to Mario. So naturally, if Mario ended up getting some cartoons, so would Sonic. But wait a second. You're forgetting that this is Sonic. And Sonic is supposed to outdo Mario at everything. So if Mario got one cartoon in a year, Sonic would get 2 cartoons in a year.
Ha ha! Take that, you fat plumber scum!
1993 gave us 2 Sonic shows. Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog and Sonic the Hedgehog, or as everybody else calls it, Sonic SatAM. Sonic SatAM makes Sonic feel more gritty, more ominous, more serious, more boring. This show isn't bad. It's just that I don't like a more serious Sonic the Hedgehog. The best thing about the show for me is the intro. Even if you haven't seen the show, if you follow Sonic, there's a good chance you've heard this one before. It starts off with Sonic running to this cool but ominous beat. And then this guy comes in with his radical voice and he's like,
Blue streak speeds by Sonic the Hedgehog, too fast for the naked eye. Sonic the Hedgehog, Sonic, he can really move. Sonic, he's got an attitude. Sonic, he's the fastest thing alive.
And that's about all the passion I had for this show. The show follows Sonic and the Freedom Fighters as they work to take down Robotnik, in his efforts to fully roboticize Mobius. Like I said, it's fine, but it's pretty boring to me. I can appreciate them taking Sonic more seriously though. Like they have this whole arc where Sonic is trying to restore his uncle to his human self after being roboticized, and they have Sonic saddened by the loss of his uncle. Even though they found him, there's still a chance they can't make him human again, and Sonic has to deal with that. There's also this one scene that I think is pretty funny.
Yo! Anyone ever tell you guys that you're ugly and you dress funny? Let me be the first. You're ugly and you dress funny.
I can respect its efforts, but to me it's a nothing burger. Especially since Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog has Sonic's attitude and is more fun. Now this is way more my speed. A slapsticky comedic cartoon that isn't too serious, and it's just something to turn your brain off to. The intro is literally a montage of Robotnik and his goons chasing after Sonic in a goofy and cartoonic fashion. It just gets ready for what the show has to offer. I know I said I like SatAM's intro, but I think this one's better. This show is best when you just let it take you away. Letting all the antics, the schemes, and the tricks just fill you up with all the cartoon goodness that you've been missing from your childhood. This is the kind of show you put on where you're just tired of the real world and just want to watch some goofiness take place. And it still does all that while putting a lesson in the episode that doesn't feel forced. This episode teaches you to not be a simp. This episode teaches you about the dangers of betting, especially on things that are important to you. And this episode teaches you about being overconfident can backfire. And let's not forget about Sonic Says.
Kids, there's nothing more cool than being hugged by someone you like. But if someone tries to touch you in a place or in a way that makes you feel uncomfortable, that's no good.
Alright, I've talked too much about this show. You already know I love it. But what if I prefer SatAM to Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog? Well then good for you. If you like Sonic SatAM more, then that's your opinion. I just associate Sonic with the more goofy nature that Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog has. And these shows are both made by the same studio. They managed to make 2 Sonic cartoons that satisfy 2 different sets of people, and that's commendable. Even the color palettes look different. SatAM has a more darker and realistic tone compared to the more unrealistic and saturated tone that Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog has. Robotnik is played by 2 different people too. One sounds like the Grim Reaper, and one just looks like a pissed off middle-aged man. I picked the pissed off one, but you pick your poison. Now we get to Sonic Underground. This one is a hybrid in terms of seriousness and comedy. Like, it's still got the whole plot of Robotnik is gonna roboticize everything and everyone, and Sonic as a freedom fighter fights against that. But it still does some comic relief. Along with another good intro.
Triplets born, the throne awaits. A seer warns of a deadly fate. Give up your children, separate. Bide your time, lie in wait. Sonic Underground, Sonic Underground. They made a vow their mother will be found.
This time Sonic has siblings, Manic and Sonia, while Sonia is moody.
That's it! I've had it. I need a facial, I need a pedicure, and most of all, I need a massage.
Manic is just too dang cool.
Chill, Sonia. Don't be such an SAP.
Oh god, what could that possibly mean?
Tiny, annoying princess.
Oh, of course. Like the intro says, they're trying to find their mother who's on the run from Robotnik. Some oracle of Delphine or whatever says that once they reunite, they're gonna form the Council of Four and defeat Robotnik with music. And I have some complaints. For starters, if their mother's on the run, and so are her kids, they have no reason to stay separated anymore. If anything, I think she just doesn't want to see her kids. They always point out how in each episode, oh, our mother could be in this place. Let's head over there to see if it's true. And coincidentally, she always manages to leave before they get there. Doesn't that seem a little peculiar? I know kids might not think about it that way because I certainly did not when I was a kid. But they should have at least came up with a better excuse to keep the kids and the mother separated, in my opinion. Still can't save the show though. The dialogue is questionable and I can feel like the writers are just trying too hard sometimes.
Believe me, Mindy, I'd love to knock that pompous, bullying blowfish Rotundnik on his big round butt.
All three siblings have instruments that count as weapons. I'm not against them taking artistic liberties like this. I just don't have an opinion if they should be there. They're sort of just there for me. I'm also not against them breaking the songs halfway through episodes, because I love when other shows do that. But I just wish they didn't do it every episode. I'd say my favorite episode that I've seen has to be Friend or Foe, which is when they be Knuckles. Now, that may be because it's Knuckles, who's a character I've already seen outside of the show, but I feel like this episode just has more care put into it. Probably because it has Knuckles. All in all, if you want to watch it just to watch it, it's not terrible, but I wouldn't recommend it to anyone. And then there's you. A lot of people have probably seen at least one clip from this movie, but they just haven't realized it yet. And by looking at the clips, this movie seems like a great time. We've got the creation of Metal Sonic and both Sonics fighting looking equally matched. Looks like a great time, right? Wrong! The core plot of the movie is actually interesting. Robotnik tricks Sonic into going to the Land of Darkness, so he can capture Sonic for a brief moment to clone his DNA and complete Metal Sonic. That part is cool. The rest just has you asking why. The acting choices for Sonic and Knuckles just don't fit them. Knuckles isn't supposed to be a timid pacifist. He's supposed to sound like he's constantly contemplating beating you up. And Sonic is just off in this movie. For being the hero, he just seems like a jerk.
Help me! Wake up, Sid! Shut up, Tails! Old man, take care of the place while we're gone!
Of course, you can count on me.
Sure we can.
Kinda sounds like he's getting too old for all of this. He only saves Tails when he's about to die. I bet he's probably thinking, you know, if Tails and that owl die, paying for the damages is surely gonna be a pain. Alright, fine, I'll go save him. We went from Sonic having an attitude to Sonic just not giving a piss. The fight between Sonic and Metal Sonic seemed like a good fight, but more time was actually put into saving the land, which I don't mind. I was just misled. The rest was pretty underwhelming for me. Now if we ignore Robotnik trying to marry a teenage girl, and Tails getting caught lacking, and Sonic getting caught lacking, I didn't have a terrible time watching it, but I wouldn't say I had a good time watching it. But I gotta give Sonic credit where credit is due. Even if I don't like his shows, or his games get bad raps, he never fails to put in some good music. Never. I told you, Sonic always strikes back with his music. I'd like to see Mario do that.